Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Zero Gravity Gaming Gold League pre-show. We're a little behind schedule, a few technical issues, as I'm sure you just saw with our stinger. Some technical issues on the back end of things, but very excited for our games tonight. We're going to be seeing Conduit Esports Ghost take on rawr. I am MXL, Fury, and Wisdom back with me on the desk before we get this show going. Uh, Predictions last week were kind of fun, yeah?
Yeah, a little bit.
I like to think so.
Yeah, I mean, we see the graphic here. We all were wrong about the Rev Sentinels game. Sentinels did end up taking the victory in that series. Every game, actually, last week going 2-0, except for one in our second division. We all predicted correctly that DGL would be taking the win over Conduit. I was wrong, and SGA beat ODZ last week as well, and we were all wrong on the streamed game of last week. Going Ghost got 0-2'd against TEE. Any of these games that stick out in particular for you guys? Because
I think Tenebris versus Going Ghost. I think those were two really strong teams. Like Going Ghost was, they ended up 0-2. But I think they went against one of the stronger teams in the division, and they're going against another very strong team tonight. At the same time, so they're having just a rocky start. I think they got RNG'd a little early.
Matt, any thoughts from you?
I'd have to agree. I think Going Ghost was surprisingly getting. I think them getting 0-2 was very surprising. But Eternity coming out, they're just showing that they are here to just win games, and they did it in really good fashion.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of interesting games I think that came through last week. Of course, to reiterate, everything being a 2-0 except for that, I believe was Sentinels versus
Revolution
Guardians
series.
versus Reimagined.
Guardians. Come on, Phil, Shining Light, you have two teams, man? Really? In Guardians and Sentinels, you couldn't make it any... whatever. It's fine. Your logos are the same. But yeah, I do want to now pull our attention back towards Division 2's predictions from last week. Two of us were right. Fury, no faith in CGF.
Yeah, just wasn't there. I don't know. Sometimes I like being different, going for the underdog, but it was a good showing by Clown. I will say that. Like I watched that game, it went very well for them. It was very clean. And then when we get to our predictions for this week, you'll see some changes for sure from me.
It definitely sounds like we're expecting to see potentially the clown faith come through this time around. Yeah, of note, again, Revolution Reimagined taking a single game off of Shining Light Guardians. The only 3-game series we had last week. Everything else was 2-0, so I'm curious as to if we're going to see something similar this week. I know a few of us predicted some 2-1s coming through on the night, but I do want to start now with our Division 1 games that will be happening here. Of course, worth noting, we renamed the division, so now it's Astral and Aether. This is technically the Astral division. I don't know how we're gonna go through with this, because, again, 3 of us have the exact same things in this division. But the first game I want to look at, Conduit Esports Kraken, Revolution Reimagined. Me and Wisdom are saying Rev. Fury, what's Conduit got to do here to take this win?
I mean, Conduit, they have Kappa Crusader in the jungle, Cap exception, obviously. Just a good player all around. I think these latest patches have been very centered around the jungle and mid game. I think top can be left on an island nowadays. Merciful Crow is very solid in the mid lane, depending on what is left up. She can easily gap a mid laner or get gapped. It's a very 50-50, but Kappa Crusader in the jungle can help escalate that mid lane to get her ahead very quickly. So I've got a lot of faith.
Matt, any thoughts from you? I mean, we both put Rev. Why are you taking them in this series?
I mean, they are going to be using an E-sub tonight with No Name in the top lane. No Name played mid lane for CG, Clown Gaming, in Lotus Nexus. He was really strong, really good player. I just think Reimagined has a better chance to win this than what Kraken does. Kappa's a good player, but he also ended up getting his plat exception in top lane, not jungle. So, I mean, I'm not saying he's a bad jungler, he's a good jungler, but I think his mindset's still more in the top lane of, if he can beat his lane opponent, he's good to go. Versus if I can out farm and then gank better, we're gonna win the game.
Yeah, should be an interesting series, I'd hope. But we do have, of course, 2 other games. The word coming in, of course, Shining Light Guardians will be forfeiting. Off the ZA will be forfeiting to Shining Light Guardians. DGL, we also all predicted. I think we talked about it last week. They just look really strong. And TEE versus NSG Amethyst. I believe we all put TEE. Should be a close series, but TE looked pretty strong in their set last week. On your screen now, we have the Aether division predictions for this week. We're sweeping the board again. CGF, Sentinels. Yep, I got the logo right this time. TA Evolution, Conduit, Esports, Ghost. So we'll go through it fairly quickly here. CG versus SNC. I'm assuming we're all saying 2-0 here.
Yeah,
100%.
2-0. Easy. That's
no questions asked, honestly.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I mean, I'm glad to hear Fury is a little more confident in CG this time around.
Here's the thing, though. It's not even necessarily that I'm confident in CG. It's that I don't have confidence in Snackbear.
I see.
After last week. I mean, the confidence is still there for Clown, after last week especially. But I think from the showing last week, they should have a substantially easier time doing a 2-0 this week.
All right. Should be interesting to watch. Of course, we got the Sentinel. I'm going to check again. Sentinels, because now that we've done this, I feel like I'm going to always get this wrong. Sentinels taking on Revolution. Hold on, where's my schedule doc? Yes. Revolution, the Evolution. We mentioned it a little bit before the show, but it should just be a pretty convincing Sentinels win, I feel, yeah?
I think so. I've got them on a 2-1. I think Revolution can take one game off, but I don't think that they'll be able to take both.
I think they could take the 1. I don't think they're going to. So I'm putting them at a 2, honestly.
Right. Yeah, I mean, it's a little less interesting when we're all in agreement with who's winning tonight. TDA versus...
It was a very showing week 1.
Yes.
For sure.
Well, and that was another thing that was kind of interesting when we were picking out streamed games for this week. I was looking at it, and all 4 teams that won last week are playing against teams that lost last week. So, like,
yeah,
I think we all kind of went with the team that won last week this time around. Of course, TA Evolution taking on TD Aftermath. Again, I'm saying probably a 2-0. TA just looks so good.
Yeah, I have them on a 2-1 right now, but kind of like what Weiss was saying about the last game, I think this could just be a 2.
Yeah, I think it's going to be just a 2, honestly. I think Evolution came out hard last week, and they're going to do the same thing this week. And Aftermath, I mean, they have good players, but I don't think it's going to be enough to beat them. All
right. And, of course, that will bring us to our streamed game of the night. Conduit Esports Ghost taking on rawr. I'm saying it's 2-0 Conduit. I don't know what you guys are thinking, but, 3 members being the runner-ups to last season's championship, I'm going to side with that team a little bit more.
I would be surprised if the total game time is more than, 45 minutes.
Wow.
I think this
I'd have to agree, honestly.
Night for the casters.
I think bot lane's going to be an issue for rawr, and I think that Conduit's just going to run him over, honestly.
Wow. All right. So it sounds like we're expecting a bot-focused series this time around then, yeah?
Yeah, bot and jungle for sure. Black Eyed Peas, I think. It might be a little bit close early on, but he's eventually just going to start gapping in the jungle.
All right. Matt, your thoughts on that?
I'd have to agree. Black Eyed Peas is insane in jungle. You have Dobbs in top lane who can easily just hold his own, and then you have Dr. Shrouds. Again, I haven't seen much from him, but did well last week, so going into this week, don't have any issues.
All right, and my last question, because this is always the fun one. Shrouds, is he getting a Kali or no?
I feel like rawr might be cocky and just say, someone's going to say, oh, we don't need to worry about a Kali, and then leave it up. And then he's going to get it and go 10-0.
All right. Any idea, Matt? You think this is...
I'm guessing game 1 they may give it to him, and then game 2 they're going to ban it out first, immediately.
All right. Interesting. We'll have to see. I'm definitely excited to watch these games tonight. Of course, a little bit shorter of a pre-show. Had some technical hurdles to get through, so we'll be having to wrap this one up. But I'm excited to see how many wrong predictions we're going to have next week. Of course,
Can't wait.
currently, Matt down there at the bottom of your screen leading the three of us with 6 correct predictions out of the 8 games from last week. Myself and Fury both very close behind at 5, so should be interesting to see.
Nothing's gonna change after this week, though. It's either
there's
still
one
gonna be
game,
a
right?
one difference, or
And it's you.
Yeah,
it's
it's
literally
one
just you.
you. It's either gonna be I go down 2, or we all stay exactly where we are, and then I tie.
Yep.
Yeah,
We'll
I'll
have
end
to
up
see.
tying.
I think week 3 will have a little bit more spicy predictions. Might see a little more.
I think so too. I think after this week, I think because of Dorado and who was it? Tenebris's schedules, and I think because of going Ghost schedule, week 3 is going to be a huge difference. I think Ghost got the short end of the stick in the first 2 weeks. And then we'll start seeing them do a lot better next week.
All right, we'll have to see. Of course, that is going to wrap up our pre-show, though, but we have a game coming up right after a short intermission. Myself and Industrial will be breaking down that Conduit Esports Ghost and rawr matchup. Should be apparently a quick one, according to the rest of the desk, but a fun series nonetheless. So we are going to take it to that short break. Conduit versus rawr right after this. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Gold League here, Zero Gravity Gaming, Week 2 in the Aether division. I kept saying it and making sure I had it right, but, renaming divisions can be hard. MXL here alongside Industrial as rawr is on the blue side here, Conduit selecting red, and of note, no Usain, no Hide in Shrouds. Kawa Illusion coming in the mid lane for rawr, Old Man Genetics for Conduit.
Little interesting.
Just a little.
Yeah.
It's interesting to see some of these swaps come in when we know some of these players are really, really strong in their roles, notably Hide in Shrouds being a really potent mid laner. Genetics, I think, also was an 80 carry last season, so a little interested to see how this is going to pan out. Of course, with rawr, a lot of these players we haven't seen before, so should be an interesting match regardless, as the draft does start here. Industrial, any particular bands you're looking at or expecting to see?
Honestly, I'm not 100% sure anymore now. I do think I want to see a Callisto band, but we did just talk about Glisteners a second ago. So I'm not 100% sure now.
Yeah, I mean, we'll have to see. Twitch going to be the first band. Of course, BAM, notorious for Twitch, a really strong pick right now when Sivir is also in the meta, so almost expect to see that Sivir ban come through in response as a respect ban, but looks like they're going to take away potentially the Karthus. Interesting.
I was looking at the previous OP.GGs, and I think I saw someone, I'm not 100% who, playing Karthus ADC or Karthus mid. It was something like that. So
you know what? Yeah, I always forget. Peter Griefer is notorious for this, if I recall correctly. Just playing Karthus kind of wherever. Did this against MDF, I believe, during playoffs last season as well. Just random Karthus top. Was not expecting it in the slightest last season, but Belveth also going to be taken away here. No Corki either for Old Man Genetics, and no Karma
for Peter Griefer.
Yeah.
That's gonna be a little bit of me to get used to saying, but
for top lane. Yeah,
yes.
it's weird.
I respect the Karma band though, because I play Karma top and I love it. It's great. So
you just don't like other people having fun.
I can't play top lane, so I just have to be the best person ever. That's why.
Well, just pick a Hullbreaker champ. Shoutouts to Shanghai, who abuses Hullbreaker to plat each season now. Yeah, I'm still going to call him out on that. Seraphine locked in for rawr, one of the strongest picks on the current patch, of course. Normally is paired with that Karma. Not going to see that, of course, but Sivir Lilia, Conduit's already revealing their hand. We're running at you real fast.
Yeah, I like the little speed thing. Movement champions, there's so many in this game that at this point, when it's a team just full of people that are going to run you down, if I saw a Scion at this point, I would just be even more excited.
Scion? Olaf.
Oh yeah, Olaf would be a good one too.
Yeah, I mean, Olaf, Mundo, those are kind of the champs I expect to see more run at you style.
Yeah, but I do think this is a Lilia top.
Ooh. Okay, interesting. So, worth noting, of course, Lilia is still flexible. You did mention Lilia top can be played. I believe she also just got buffed in the jungle, and I think he's would player. But we'll have to see where it lands. Zach going to be locked in, though, for the Dokester in the jungle. Not a great matchup into Lilia, realistically. He can't really land anything reliably, but we'll have to see if Doki's able to pilot the flashless blob in some way I'm not expecting. Tristana, though, also going to be locked in. And now, of course, Trist equals Ornn for the record. But Poppy going to be locked in here. So not actually Tristana, it is going to be Ornn. Yeah.
The Poppy is interesting. Is the Poppy something else, or?
Let me double check on this. Gonna wait on word from the teams on that front. Yeah, Poppy's still Poppy. So it's just Tristana is Ornn. That's the one mistake here. Bans might be missed here. We'll see what that ban is here momentarily. Veigar ban. Okay.
Alright, I don't know who else is gonna get banned here. I'm still thinking it's gonna be Lilia top. I think it's definitely gonna be Poppy jungle. I would like to see for support. I have heard of Vandro playing Renata on the OP.GG, so I am kind of curious if that will come through.
It's still weird to me to think of Vandral as a support. I know he plays a lot of support and he feels comfortable in the role, but you know, coming from the jungle for MDF last season, I also could even see some like really obscure picks coming through. Maybe, I don't know, Jarvan's support, always a fun one. Not great here, don't get me wrong, but always an entertaining pick. Gangplank going to be banned away as well here. A little interesting considering the Ornn has already been taken by rawr. Maybe they're thinking it would be a GP mid, so can definitely understand that. But no Xerath for, I'm assuming, genetics again. I mean, you could play it support still. No Vandral for genetics. Victor, oh my gosh. I'm mixing up everything, but should be an interesting last few picks here to come through. rawr's got a team fight comp. Conduit's got to run at UComp.
Yeah, I do. I honestly think the run at UComp might be better here, though. I don't know why. I just am a fan of run at UComps. Oh, Heimerdinger. The Dogger.
Genetics. Why? Genetics.
The Dogger. Oh, this is gonna be sick, man.
Alright. I mean, I was totally here for, you know, maybe we'll see Conduit just smash like the pre-show was predicting, or maybe something else will happen. I think I'm actively rooting against Conduit because they just locked in Heimerdinger. We'll see. This champion's not fun. I don't.
Okay.
Okay, so that Ornn means Trist, I'm assuming.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. So they lock in the Trist anyway into Poppy. Definitely a decision. There's even a world where they just flex this Poppy down to support, and Tristana can't play the game, basically. Like, I don't expect it. It's possible. This last pick is gonna be... I'm sorry. Yeah, okay, and then Vandral with the Rengar hover, just to tilt me. Of course, Vandral last season, I think, went 0-9 on Rengar against Going Ghost in the second round, or yeah, second round of the upper bracket. Absolutely sprinted. Maybe it was the first round. I can't remember. But yeah, he ran it down and then did it again versus Going Ghost later. No, it's Janna. What the hell's going on?
Lie. I'm a fan of everyone that is getting played right now, though. I like the way these team comps are.
Singed?
So
You like
funky.
Singed?
Singed is just, oh. I'm just so excited for Singed.
Pro comps currently trying to show us where it thinks things are going. I'm gonna agree with what it has for the red team. Of course, the Poppy Lilia can be flexed around potentially, but
I'm still seeing
is it
Poppy
actually Singed mid?
I honestly rather it be Ornn mid just for my own sanity. Because if it's Singed mid, I'm just gonna keep thinking, I'm like, this guy's gonna be building like AP. Like, he's not just gonna be running, he's just gonna also be powerful as well.
Yeah.
And I feel like there isn't much a Heimerdinger can do once a Singed flings them over. Like, Poppy's has a chance to.
Yeah, but does Singed ever get on top of Heimerdinger? Right? Like, Heimer's able to just put the I forget what it's called. Explosive grenade. Whatever. Team name's currently wrong on screen. Don't mind that too much, but we are interested to see where everything's gonna land. Of course, if these are the comps, if this is the order, Pro Comps kind of says it all. There is no early game for rawr. It's entirely in Tristana's hands, and I don't think that's really gonna do too well against Janna, Sivir, Lilia in the early stages. If it gets later, I mean, you have
I feel like if it's Poppy or Lilia in the jungle, I'm pro Lilia top personally. it's just not going to be a fun time when Tristana gets ganked. Because it's just either going to be Lilia just absolutely running it down towards Tristana even if she jumps away, or it's just going to be Poppy. And I think that says enough there.
Shoutouts to Rare Adam here. He just messaged me as well. Also, come on, it's the CH2 Electron Storm Grenade. Of course you just know that. Like, I just don't think there's a world in which Singed gets on Heimer. If it's Singed mid, of course. I think maybe you put Ornn mid and the matchup's still really bad, but more playable potentially for the Singed. Am I just huffing copium? Like, I don't really know what's going on here.
No, I don't know who's gonna go mid. Neither of them makes sense, quite frankly. It boggles my mind.
Okay, currently Ornn locked into the top lane. I mean, is it just maybe Zac mid and we're putting Singed jungle? Alright, so it's now Lilia top, which I like. It's really fun. It's a decent matchup in the Ornn. I'm at a loss. I'm sorry. I'm trying to analyze this. ProComps, of course, on your screen. Shoutouts to ProComps once more for sponsoring this season of Zero Gravity Gaming. Promo code ZGG for 50% off. I believe it's your first 3 months in the banner below. Also, exclamation point ProComps in the chat should bring that up for you. But additionally, ProComps saying, hey, don't level 1. That's to be expected. What the hell is going on? That is... There's no way it's actually Smite. Okay, yeah, that makes more sense. You guys can't see my camera right now. My head is in my hands. Like, I don't...
Yeah. I'm just looking at this and it's just mind-boggling to me. This team comp. I don't know what's gonna happen, honestly. Like, obviously Ornn is elite skill champion. Zac's probably gonna take a bit. We'll see what happens with Singed. Tristana needs that early game to stay, like, keep going and stay ahead. And if she wants to do well, she needs to do well early. So we'll see how that goes with Sivir, Janna, and Poppy. This is just... wow.
I mean, Zac can't do anything this game, realistically, right? Like,
yeah.
Lilia's going to have passive almost always up in top lane. It's going to be really hard to get anything there. He can't ever engage wherever Poppy is because Steadfast Presence just shuts that down. And then mid lane, it's Heimerdinger into a Sin. I just... In all of my prep, Heimer into Singed was not a matchup I was expecting.
Man somehow proxy farms in mid lane.
See, like, proxying works in side lanes because of how much distance is between tower ranges.
Also,
there's
like,
none in mid.
Yeah, and also, like, think about it, like, in top lane, you can, like, the junglers can hate you on either side if you proxy mid, too. It's just not...
I mean, there's just no world where you can proxy mid. You're gonna get hit by the turret. And it is worth noting the bug that was into the game for a while of tower shots not doing the ramping damage that they were supposed to. That's been fixed as of last night. So, substantial change there. Vandrold, stop. Van, buddy, just lock in your Janna. Yeah, that's what I thought. I'm so confused.
Tristana? Is that actually TP Tristana?
We'll see. Of course, the summoner spells tend not to update until after the spectator delay starts. So there is a world in which this is teleport Trist. Ghost Sivir healed Janna. That kind of makes sense to me. I like seeing that. Singed is going for flash flip plays, I guess. So we'll have the flash. I just... rawr, what the hell is this? Where's the damage? Where's the damage? Right? They have none.
The only thing I can think of is if Seraphine builds AP, but, like, we talked about that last week. Building, like, an AP, like, building damage as a support is just not a fun thing to do.
Yeah. I think it was a Morgana twice, and this is why I keep mentioning it, but you're trying to build a high damage or a high econ build from a low econ roll. So unless you snowball super hard, it's going to be really, really tough. Alright, summoners look to be locked in here. It's Smite Exhaust for Doki, which is to be expected. Doki doesn't take flash on anybody, ever. But Ghost for Bam, Exhaust for Vandrel, TP for Macho. exhaust for Lizzo. What do you think, Industrial?
A loss for words, I'm not gonna lie to you.
Alright, we're gonna need a second, so we're gonna take it
like,
to a...
I don't even know what to say. I think you are right that Conduit's gonna win. I honestly, like, if Tristana can't get ahead, then in the late game, it's not even gonna matter when Born... Yeah, there's no damage when Born... Like, when Ornn upgrades items, it's not gonna do anything. Honestly,
we're just gonna throw it to a short break. We need more time to process this. We're gonna get onto the Rift here in just under 2 minutes. Game 1 of rawr taking on Conduit Ghost. rawr needs this win. Conduit looking to extend their winning streak here in week 2, maintain their slot at the top of the Gold League charts. So we'll have to see how it's gonna pan out right after this short break. Welcome back, everybody, to game number 1 of our series. We've got rawr versus Conduit Esports Ghost. These comps hurt my soul. I don't know how else to phrase that. As Genetics is going to get stunned up here by the Seraphine double E. 2 flashes burned already, but first blood to Macho. What?
At a loss for words. They didn't pop any...
Because they just got gifted kills.
They didn't even use any summoners for that. They still got all their summons. Wow. Good for them. They're gonna need that to... Honestly, I think that's a really good thing for them, because now they get a better level 1. They'll have a better chance in lane.
Dobbs walks in, takes the Bella's breath. What on earth? What are these games? What keeps happening here? Like, what? The draft was weird. The game starts even weirder.
I think last week I heard someone say this, is at the end of the day, just int with your friends. And this is what I see right now, is I'm just gonna see a bunch of people having a good old time with their friends.
Was that what we said during the IBS pre-show? I can't remember which pre-show I said that. I heard that in. I thought it was a pre-show though.
It was a pre-show, I'm just not sure which one.
Yeah, probably the IBS one. I think that's where you and I were at. But yeah, that level 1, unfortunately, Genetics not having Flash makes him actually super susceptible to mid-pressure coming in from Doki. Flash Flip, pretty strong amount of CC. No counterplay for Genetics without that Flash of his own, so it'll be interesting to watch what happens here. I think Singed also started Predator Boots. That's commitment.
Yeah, I saw that at the beginning. I didn't know if I should make a comment on that or not, because I was like, maybe that's a good idea. And we'll see how it goes. It's already, you can see the farm difference already in mid lane between the 12 and 4 of the Heimerdinger and Singed.
Yeah, I mean, this is to be expected. Of course, the Heimer is still the ranged into melee matchup, so should be doing well. As the Elastic Slingshot comes through, Doki's going to find that into the Stretching Strikes, but here comes so much damage returned back, with the Exhaust coming through onto Genetics as well. Doki smiting away a tower, but will just walk away. Genetics stays alive in that mid side as the Predator's going to be pop Flash Flip, and that's going to be not a kill, actually. Genetics with the Ignite. Dobbs has to flash away on the top side. Peter Griefer, no flash of his own, but the Q comes through the pillar, finding the solo kill on the top side for Peter Griefer.
This game's gonna be a bloodbath.
Okay, I just want to say, Fury, you're wrong. It's not going to be a 45-minute win. This is going to be, like you said, a bloodbath. Explosive charge on Evandrel on the bot side. Macho not going to jump forward. Dobbs back up on the top side. Peter Griefer hasn't gotten that reset off, so Black Eyed Peas in the area, but no attention here. This is going to be a long one. No matter how long the game is, it's going to be a long one.
I don't know if this game is either going to be 15 minutes or 45. That's
and either way, it's going to feel like 45.
No, either way, it's going to feel like 2 hours.
Yeah. I mean, credit where it's due, right? rawr, we said, needed to get this composition ahead to really be able to win this game. And they've been able to do that so far as pause comes through. Doki just says lag in all chat. Don't know if that means Doki's lagging or if someone else on the team is lagging, but should be able to get that resolved fairly shortly. Of note as well, we mentioned this during the load screen. Peter Griefer has Glacial Augment on Ornn. I'm not sure how I feel about it. I feel like I rather would have just seen Spellbook, Aftershock even.
Yeah.
Glacial?
What I want to touch on real fast though is if you look at the items, Singed now has a Dark Seal.
Oh, not this shit again. All right, this is bringing me back. I think they made the passive unique ever since this. Oh no, well maybe, I don't remember. It looks like the item itself is unique now, but there was a strat for a while of you start Corrupting Potion and just stack Dark Seals on Singed. It was ridiculous. It was so funny to like watch this happen. I think it's not possible anymore, like in the game's code, but not this again.
This is just looking at what's going on in this map right now and everything that's going on. I'm really excited to see this game unpause. I think we're about to see a gank in the bot lane, if I'm being quite frank with you. Singed has Ghost.
Has Ghost, has Predator. Does not have Flash, crucially. Went for the Flash Flip, didn't hit the poison.
No, I don't think he has Predator either, because look at the boots, it's on the
Oh,
timer.
yeah.
Yeah.
You are correct. So it's close to being up, but we'll see. There's a chance that something happens down in this bottom side. It looks more realistically like Singed is just going to walk in, try to get some idea of where this Poppy's going to be. Dobbs going to get canceled out of that watch out. Eep up in the top side. Peter Griefer with that Bomby Cinder, though, should not be too much hit threat. Black Eyed Peas throws a buckler. And the pause after the pause. Yeah, this just happens. It's the League of Legends client. You love to see this. Our clients will sync up automatically, so we should be good to keep going on this front, but I don't even know like how to throw things to you here to break it down, Industrial, as we're gonna see the Elastic Slingshot come in. Watch out, Eep will get Dobbs away. Another Q for the road. Yeah, I mean, it's just a weird game.
There's just so much going on. What I also do think is pretty peculiar, I guess, is that Sivert started Cole. Which is like, it's a pretty like average thing, like to start Cole on like a champion like Sivert where you just farm a lot. But also, Sivert has a lot of pressure, I guess is the best way to put it, against Tristana, in my opinion. Especially with that spell shield and that kind of stuff, like it's good to get out Seraphine E, and especially with that Janna for the shield, and the shield also gives Sivert more damage. I just feel like Cole wasn't a good start here. I think Doran's play would have been better.
Yeah, I mean, we'll have to take a look. I'm assuming Bam... Actually, we're going to hold on that point. Call the Forge guy coming through up in the top side. Dobbs going to get tagged up. The pillar comes down. Peter Griefer, no more damage, unfortunately. So we'll just end up walking away. Yeah, I'm going to check this real quick so I'm not just trolling myself. Sivir starting cut down, so actually with the less HP, we'll be doing more damage as a result in that lane. So makes sense here against 3 frontliners as Sivir, so cut down going to be pretty effective this game.
Did not knew that. Well, we won't have Hex Gates this game, as Hextech is our first drink up, and who knows what's gonna happen.
You know what? No, I'm cool with not having Hex Gates. I don't need more insanity in this first game.
I think that would have been so fun.
I love Hex Gates. I think they're one of the most fun things in the game, realistically, but I'm cool with not giving Ornn, Zac, Singed Hex Gates. Like, just that's a little much for my liking. Is Cabo Illusion's going to be tagged up here, not going to get stunned into the wall by Black Eyed Peas, but it's going to get flinged back, unfortunately not into tower range, as that Insanity Potion has been popped, so Cabo Illusion will just burn the ult, heal up a little bit. Vandrel spotting out the bottom lane here, though. Macho might look for more. Tornado has been popped. Exhaust coming down onto Vandrel. Exhaust returned back onto Macho as now Bam's in the area. Wall stun will land onto Lizzo. Boomerang Blade comes through, will not find the kill, but Black Eyed Peas does. Macho going to flash away from Vandrel, but that Zephyr has connected. Will be able to do just enough to get Bam that kill as well. 2 kills in that bottom river for Conduit Esports Ghost.
I like that. That's what we're talking about. I don't know what I'm gonna see. I'm thinking about what objective they're gonna take first right now, I guess is the best way to put it, because Rift is coming up soon. And it does look like Poppy is pathing towards the bot side, and I guess both junglers are bot side now, so...
Yeah, I mean, of note, if this was 2 patches ago, Poppy's doing that dragon there every single time, but Drake's did recently get changed. More HP, a little less damage, harder to take as the Elastic Slingshot comes through mid, but Doki gets popped instantly. Illusion is gonna fall to the Ignite as well. Genetics. I hate Heimerdinger! Oh. This champ's not fun. Dobbs skirmishing with Peter Griefer as well. Call the Forge God's gonna go wide. Dobbs, though, still gonna get tagged up, slowed down as well by that Glacial Augment. Will be able to walk away. Genetics, you're disgusting, and you should feel bad. Heimerdinger is ridiculous.
Oh, Brennan, I'm starting to think that you're wrong about this Glacial Augment Ornn.
On the hunt popped. Black Eyed Peas in the area. Howling Gale will be flashed away from by Lizzo, but Macho nowhere to go. Will just end up falling. Bam picks up that kill. Lizzo should be able to walk away, but the flash wall stun back for Black Eyed Peas. Flash forward from Bam for no reason as Black Eyed Peas picks up the kill.
So the bot lane massacre has already begun.
And now in the mid side, Insanity Potion fling. Cabo Illusion just trying to run through Genetics. Finds the shutdown.
He did rush boots.
Black Eyed Peas is here again. The wall stun lands. Well, It's a bloodbath. You mentioned it. Everyone's just
Yeah.
fighting constantly.
Your voice is gonna be really worn out after this one.
See, I learned my lesson after last week.
Yeah.
Low energy. This game makes no sense right now.
This game is the most for fun game I think I've seen in all of my time here. I think this is just a bunch of friends having fun together. But it does look like there's gonna be a trade. Oh, maybe not.
Oh no, Dobbs finds Doki. Doki's gonna get slept up here. Has Smite available, so we'll be able to secure the Herald. Should be able to walk back towards it. Actually, even uses the Let's Bounce as the ultimate grenade comes through for Old Man Genetics. Doki did pick up the Herald, but Genetics finds his 4th kill of the game.
Skirmish mid.
Howling Gale. Oh no. Vandal finds Call Illusion. Singed flashes away. We'll be able to walk out. This is insanity. This is ridiculousness.
That is 4 people mid lane right now. By the way.
You would think that Conduit just secured the Herald with 4 people being mid realistically, but yeah.
We're in this timeline.
Doki on the other side of the Raptor Pit. Not gonna look for that Elastic Slingshot over, it looks like, so just playing it slow. Genetics doing Heimer things. Call the Forge guy comes through though. Elastic Slingshot as well. The ground from Singed on top of it. Very well played from the side of rawr as they find the pick onto the opposing mid laner. Call Illusion picking up their 2nd kill of the game.
Wow, that was just CC after CC. I feel bad for Genetics there a little bit, honestly. Just solely because there was no escape from that, but I mean, we'll see what comes up next. I'm wondering what tower is gonna get taken down first. What do you think, Brennan?
We'll see.
Yeah.
Steadfast presence in the mid-side. Doki not going to be able to use the Elastic Slingshot out. The watch out. Eep finding the kill. Good pick onto the Dokester. So much of this like logic and reason is just out the window right now, realistically, with how insane things have been so far in this early game. I mean,
game has just... I don't know what's gonna happen next, if I'm being quite honest with you. I mean, I didn't expect 4 people mid lane at 10 minutes.
Peter Griefer walking up to Old Man Genetics. Flame Pillar comes down. Bellows Breath as well. Genetics popping the ult turret. We'll walk back into the Singed Poison. The Ghost comes through. The grenade lands as well. Oh my gosh! I really hate Heimerdinger. This is ridiculous. Lizzo Mukbang gonna get engaged on here. Oh. Genetics going to actually get the stun down with the grenade as well. Black Eyed Peas trying to stun Doki into the wall, will not find it. Genetics able to barely survive with just a sliver of health left in the mid lane. And what's going on? Well, I don't even know how to break this down.
See, the thing that happened is Genetics now has Leandries. And had Leandries during that fight. So the entire 3-man front of this team is just not... It's not gonna work anymore because Leandries just burns. That's all that's gonna happen now.
There's just so many weird things happening. Like, I haven't known what to say all game long since the draft happened. Like, since Singed was locked in, realistically.
Yeah,
Rift Herald honestly in the mid side here. Will not find the charge.
Oh.
Watch out, Eep canceled up in the top side. Sleep coming through. Bella's Breath. Dobbs is able to walk away from Peter Griefer. The sleep coming through just in time, but Doki is in the area. Stretching Strikes lands onto the minion. Flash from Dobbs into the watch out. Eep. The deer lives to see another day.
His, I guess, first tower down mid lane now, too.
Yep, I mean, this is the price you pay, right? Things like Heimerdinger and Nivea, you walk away for a second. Malzahar as well. I can't believe I forgot him, but your turret's just gonna fall very quickly. So, not too surprised to see that singed in the top side. Genetics takes the mid tower.
I don't think I see a single ward placed down by rawr right now. Correct me if I'm wrong, but yeah, okay. I only see red
there's
wards.
two. There's two that are being cleared out right now. Yeah, a lot of bot focus as Bam's gonna get engaged on. Pops the spell shield. Charm comes through on to Black Eyed Peas as well. Monsoon coming through just to disengage the fight. As now, Doki and Genetics spot each other out, but Genetics has a 3-level lead. Takes Doki to about half. The goo from the Singed coming down to just dissuade any further aggression. The ricochets coming through do so much damage as you see the bounces come through as well. Black Eyed Peas with the flash into the wall stun. Keeper's Verdict coming through as well. Q comes down. Lizzo Mukbang gonna flash away, find the route down onto 2, and stay just barely alive. However, Kawa Illusions in the area, has the Insanity Potion, is spotted out here. Black Eyed Peas gonna be taken relatively low, but will be able to walk away. Second Drake on the table, though. Ocean Drake should be going over to Conduit Esports Ghost, and it'll be Infernal, Cloud, or Mountain Rift.
Do you think we'll have a repeat of the same people next game? Didn't we have that last week? We had a Rage Queue where they just played the same champs all over again. Do you think we'll have that again?
I hope not. We'll see. Of course, could happen. Can always happen. Drake finally secured here by the side of Conduit Esports Ghost as Dobbs just walks past Doki. And Doki has nothing to attach that Stretching Strike to, as now the Bouncing Grenade comes through once more from Genetics. The Sleep lands onto just Doki. The Let's Bounce coming through as well. The Watch Out Eep, the Ignite as well on the Doki. The passive has been popped, but should be able to resurrect, should be able to walk out just fine as another Q comes through. Actually gets stunned right out of it and taken down by those rockets. Black Eyed Peas diving finds the kill as well as Vandrel's here just for the fun on top of it. Top tower falls.
What a game. At this point, I don't even know what rawr can do at this point. They just need the farm. Orin needs to be able to upgrade items soon. It's all I can think of.
Yeah, I mean, you say they need to farm. We mentioned they need to kind of get a lead and not let it go. Genetics, bam, Black Eyed Peas, minimum 400 gold ahead of the rest of the game. So Black Eyed Peas 500 ahead of Kawa Illusion, bam, 200 ahead of Black Eyed Peas, and Genetics sitting a comfortable 1.5 thousand gold ahead of the highest on rawr, for example. So it's tough. It's an uphill battle for sure.
Such an early lead too with that first play going to Tristana. I was really having high hopes that Tristana would be able to live through a lot more and be able to survive the laning phase a little bit better. And I think it did help to a certain extent, but it didn't help as much as I was hoping for. And now we're just seeing that 4 and 14 hitting really hard right now.
And especially when you look where the gold has gone for this side of Conduit Esports Ghost, they have it all in the right places. It's all on their carries, and not on Lilia, but, you know, she does damage regardless, has that Leandries right now. Kind of an underspoken or undervalued change on the patch, as unlucky, Doki, unlucky. Leandries burns now stack. They now don't reset each other. So if multiple champions have Leandries, they each proc, which is really cool. Rocket Jump canceled out by the Steadfast Presence. Monshogun trying to flash away. Exhaust coming down on the Black Eyed Peas as well. Sleep coming through onto the Seraphine. This Charm lands onto 2, but it is not enough. Peter Griefer going to be slowed up by that Swirl Seed as well, but the Bowling Ball from Dobbs will not be enough to secure the kill. So 2 for 0 in that bottom jungle for rawr. 19 minutes in, Rift Herald being popped in mid. Might be looking for a tier 2, maybe the tier 3, maybe just pushing into that inhib, looking for a Baron right off of it.
I'm honestly at a loss of words for how this game is just absolutely snowballed out of control. I don't even know what can be done to help save the game at this point.
Yeah,
It's just one lucky fight at this point.
we mentioned it though, right? Like Trist needs to be ahead, and that's your only damage for rawr. And Trist is behind, and still rawr's only damage. So it's definitely going to be a tall ask at this point. Mid inhibitor does end up falling. There's a chance we just see Baron started at the 20-minute mark. Of course, with the entirety of Conduit Ghost here, there's no shot that actually happens, but I'd assume that with that mid inhib down, they're looking to try and get an early Baron. Old Man Genetics going to be tagged up here by that Singed W. Does not have the damage to trade a kill back, will just end up falling.
Maybe that gold will help him get at least a little bit ahead.
Oh my
That's all I
gosh.
hope.
Flashes everywhere. Black Eyed Peas trying to find combo illusion. Will Smite not able to find the kill. Insanity Potion just doing a little too much work there. Flashes from Singed, Poppy, the Seraphine. Dobbs is here as well now. Teleport came through. The route down on to the Poppy once more as well. Dobbs trying to find something. Encore lands onto just the Poppy, but Dobbs finds the kill. Will end up falling as well. Keeper's Verdict only knocks away the orange. Shutdown going into the pocket of Macho is now Bam. Gonna be taking a decent chunk of damage. Will be able to stop the Goomba Stomp from coming through. Finds the double kill in that 1v2 down bot side.
That was a little bit of what rawr needed to help get a little bit more ahead, or at least kind of establish a presence now. Especially because Tristana went from 1 and 3 to now 4 and 5. I think that's gonna help her out a lot more. Get her a little bit more gold in her pocket, and hopefully she'll be able to do more damage and support the team. It looks like she's almost done with her 3rd item too, so that's pretty good. I can start it here.
I mean, 3rd Drake is just free for Conduit Esports Ghost. I don't know that, like, I feel like they should just be trying to play for Baron at this point as well. They have that perma mid prio with those super minions coming down, and it looks like that's going to be the call. They do start walking into that top jungle. I just don't know what rawr does here. Like, what's their angle to potentially win this game to try and find their way back in?
The only thing I can think of is if they catch on to this Baron, and if they're lucky enough, maybe CG will be a little bit low enough that they can kind of clean up and steal the Baron, or maybe even just steal the Baron and walk out, but I don't think that's going to happen here, honestly. And I think that's the only thing that can help them get ahead, help them fight off those super minions mid lane.
On the hunt popped. Elastic Slingshot does get Doki out to safety. Big top wave there for the side of Conduit Ghost. Gonna have to deal with that. Looks like they're gonna be playing towards this top side, trying to get this tower down. Genetics, though, will land the grenade. Lizzo gonna be taken relatively low. Exhaust comes down on Genetics, though. The Exhaust and the Encore burned. Macho finds the kill on to Conduit's mid laner. As now the siege is going to continue up in the top side for Conduit Ghost, even with that catch down bot. Of course, Seraphine are a massive tool in this composition. Black Eyed Peas looking for the stun, will not be able to find it. Elastic Slingshot is available. Doki was channeling that, has decided against it. Steadfast Presence will be down for just a moment longer. Elastic Slingshot comes through onto 3! Call of the Forge God follows as well onto 3, as now we see Singed getting slept. Combo Illusions just trying to run away, but Black Eyed Peas is going to be taken low. Macho still untouched in this fight. Finds 1, finds 2, as Peter Griefer will secure that last kill. Combo Illusion, though, really, really, really fast on Singed. Oh my god! That was funny to watch.
Zoom in.
2 for 0, though. That's a good fight for rawr.
Yeah, I mean, it looks like they're making their comeback. I mean, it seems right now that Conduit's just getting a little bit greedy. They're getting a little bit excited. They think they have the game in their hands right now, but rawr is showing them it's still not over just yet.
Oh, Dobbs. Rocket jump forward from Macho. Dobbs gonna be taken low, but Genetics puts down the turret. Flash forward from Macho. Ult turret is available for Genetics, doing decent damage, but it's not gonna be enough. Lizzo picking up that kill as well. And it's another quick 2 for 0 on the overstay. The good punish coming out from rawr here. A little bit sloppy from Conduit as well.
Yeah, I mean, At that point, I think, do they still have a Baron buff on any of them?
Janna, for a minute.
Yeah, I mean, that's not really worth it at that point.
Yeah, I mean, Janna will be grouped with the team, so it will be utilized potentially. Doki going to secure that objective bounty up in the top side as well for rawr, so a little more gold going into each of their pockets, an extra 50 per champion, notably, so still a decent gold swing. I'm interested to see what Singed is building. So Singed builds often are mythic lists for a while because, well, you don't really need one. You run fast anyway. Like, your goal is to be a nuisance, not do damage, right? As Macho is going to be caught out. Just going to die. Vandrel, dirty kill-stealing Janna, will pick up that kill, get the shutdown onto the Trist, who, up to that point, did have the most gold on the team, in the game even, 2,000 ahead of Bam at that time. So,
yeah, I mean,
pretty big shutdown.
We're seeing the damage that Tristana needs to hopefully help her team get ahead and win the game. I mean, she went from what we saw struggling in the laning phase. She's now 7-6. She's going positive now again.
Predator popped. Bam gonna get tagged up by the Elastic Slingshot. Call the Forge God comes through. Bam is just gonna get blown up. No response available. The spell shield came through, but it was not enough. Keeper's Verdict. Singed is going to Brazil, taking a field trip, but Drake is spawning here in just under 50 seconds, and now there's no Sivir available for the side of Conduit. rawr might actually have a window to look for a fight. However, Macho still up in the top side. Genetics is going to spot out Kawa Illusion. Peter Grief are going to be tagged up into the wall. Genetics just kills Lizzo for free. Elastic Slingshot comes through. Doki will find that stun onto 2. Singed coming through, but a sleep down onto 3. Teleport coming in from Macho. Macho has shown up. Dobbs is going to be taken down. Black Eyed Peas looking for more. Tries to find the stun. Pops the Zac into the passive. Vandrel is going to exhaust Macho here. Rocket jump away. Genetics is still here, still dealing damage. Double kill for Black Eyed Peas as he finds the kill onto Doki, and now the rest of rawr runs away. Stalled enough time for Sivir to come back alive as well, so this Drake should just be going over Soul for the side of Conduit. Esports Ghost as Genetics, gonna be taken low, but will stay alive regardless. Macho not wanting to commit any further.
I mean, what a good fight. It's starting to get to the back and forth point, which is a little bit curious to me, I guess. I didn't think I'd see a back and forth point. I think I was going to see either rawr do really well for a bit and then just go downhill from there. But we're seeing...
Oh my gosh. The damage. That's a flash into the pit. Black Eyed Peas secures the Drake regardless, so Mountain Soul goes over to Conduit. Esports Ghost. Encore onto 3. Call the Forge God follows as well. The combo coming through, but there's no one around. Peter Griefer all alone. No damage nearby. Black Eyed Peas will get the stun. Might look to continue the fight. Flash away, but the bomb lands onto 2. Genetics finding the 2-man stun. The sleep comes through onto just Peter Griefer, but it's a double kill for Black Eyed Peas. 9, 2, and 5 now on Poppy. Vandrel flashing for fun over the Drake wall. Finds that Howling Gale down as well. Triple kill for Black Eyed Peas. Bam finds Doki. Doki exhausting the Sivir. Will be able to Elastic Slingshot to safety, but now it's looking dire for rawr once more.
Yeah, they had their chance, and it just seemed... I don't even want to say they were overextended either, because they had to go for that Drake, but also they had such an unfortunate matter of just their entire base was in shambles at that point too. And everything's just slowly falling down now even more.
Yeah, I mean, everything just falling right now. 7 towers right at the moment for Conduit Esports Ghost. And while Fury might have baited us a little bit on the desk with that 45-minute total prediction, 29 minutes in, it's looking all Conduit once more. Few sloppy plays here and there for sure, but they do look to be sieging down this top tier 3. Heimerdinger pushing the bottom lane, tier 3 mid lane. That inhibitor respawning shortly, but you still have that super minion wave coming through, doing a decent amount of work. Call the Forge God being popped, the Elastic Slingshot as well. Sleep down onto 2. Elastic Slingshot canceled out, but Vandrel going to be taken low. Peter Griefer finds that Searing Charge down as a 2-man stun as well. And now the fight he continues to break out. It's a 1-for-1 at this point. And, oh, everyone from rawr just limping away. But the whole time, Genetics just pushing through that bottom lane, not caring at all. Finds the inhibitor. On the hunt, popped. Will be the kill, taken down. Lizzo in that skirmish is now Black Eyed Peas is going to get blister shotted away. Doki trying to find more. Macho finds the kill though. Dobbs is going to be taken low. Another rocket jump available. Dobbs, will he fall? He will! As Macho, playing Savior, finds the kills, but Macho will end up falling in the end to that Leandri's burn from the Lilia. And now it's Genetics versus Peter Griefer. Genetics might be looking to go for the end. Micro Rockets come through, will not find the damage. Genetics, though, 200 HP and not a ton of health in the tank. Will just look for that third inhibitor. Kawa Illusion, though, finds that W down. Will be looking for more. Predator popped. Has popped the poison, popped the flip. Heimer looking for the inhibitor. Will find it post-mortem. So, crucially, 3 inhibitors down for rawr.
What a play is all I have to say. I mean, I guess the one thing that I need to ask of rawr, and I think the issue that really comes in light of this game, is they just don't have map awareness. We noticed that they didn't really ward often, like they didn't have wards anywhere, and you can just see the vision. It's just so dark for them. It's not fun. And they weren't even looking bot lane at all whenever Genetics were just going ham down there. I mean, that's just something that needs to change there. Like
Baron
yeah.
apparently started up here by rawr. They don't have their AD carry, so interested to see how that's going to work out. On the hunt was popped. Encore lands onto 2. Call the Forge God as well. Conduit getting caught out here in this top river, but meanwhile, look in the base. Sure, they find the kill down onto Bam, but minions being pushed in. Black Eyed Peas and Vandrel looking to do work. Dobbs flashing to cancel resets, but Vandrel going to be flipped in. Doki looking for more. Keeper's Verdict will get the Dokester out of there, but Vandrel will be taken down regardless. Macho finding the kill onto that Janna. Black Eyed Peas is going to be taken relatively low. Rocket jump in, will be able to find that Buster shot. Of course, canceled out by the Steadfast Presence, but Black Eyed Peas is now here. Peter Griefer going to be taken low. 1,000 HP now left on this Ornn. Dobbs finding the kill onto Lizzo. Beautiful Steadfast Presence to cancel out the Blast Cone as well, and it's a double kill for Dobbs as the base is in shambles. Teleport coming in from Dobbs as well. So healthy on this Lilia. Turret ends up falling. It's just the Nexus remaining for rawr, and will they have enough to defend it? Doki trying to find something onto the Deer, but she's just prancing around at the fight. No care in the world. Genetics, no ult available, but the sleep landing onto 2. Flash away from Kawa Illusion, who will pop that Insanity Potion, doing some decent damage. Riftmaker has been completed, of course, so will have a lot of sustain as well. Doki popping into that stopwatch. Genetics as well into the Hourglass, and now Black Eyed Peas going to be taken low, but Macho finding the resets, finding another rocket jump, finding 2 kills. Will it be 3? Trying to find more. No flash available. Dobbs is able to walk away. Doki barely surviving, but Bam is here on the hunt. Popped. Macho trying to be the savior rawr needs at the Nexus. Call the Forge God coming through. Dobbs getting encored by Lizzo as well. Watch out, Eep will go wide, but does not matter. Swirl Seed as well going wide. And now Macho trying to find the damage, trying to find an in. Bam doing some decent work as well. Doki misses the Elastic Slingshot, crucially, will be popped into that passive. Macho going to be taken pretty low to about 3/4 as now Doki will end up falling. Vandrel flashing in, finds the Howling Gale as well. Might be able to do more. Sleep down onto 3. Will it be enough? Macho going to be taken down, and that should finally do it. Conduit Esports Ghost in a bloodbath of a game. They're not even hitting the Nexus. Oh no. Kawa Illusion. Okay, it's over. It's finally over. The nightmares have ended. Game 1 to Conduit.
What a game. I don't even know what to say. I'm at a loss for words. It went exactly how we expected at the end of the day. But just actually watching it happen, I think just the mental boom of it all. It's the best way I can put it.
I really hope, for my sanity, this is not a repeat of last week, and we do not, in fact, get a salty run back. I don't know if I would be able to handle that. uh,
Yeah, I
yeah.
mean, what a game is all I have to say. The teams were already interesting from the start, especially with that cinch pick. The cinch pick, I think, while it did prove useful, I think if they had an actual like mid laner in there, I think the laning phase would have gone a lot better. Even against Heimerdinger, it would have made at
I
least a
mean,
little bit more bearable.
this is the big thing that people like fail to realize, and I don't know necessarily if Combo Illusion just like doesn't play control mages. Syndra's not in a great spot right now, but you just
Yeah.
dumpster Heimer. It's like not even a close matchup. So I would have really liked to see that come through, especially when you have this like run at you. You have Scatter the Weak. That's the E name. It's been forever. But it dissuades a lot of that type of fighting. So it actually would have been a solid pick here, I think. A
Yeah.
little weird to see the Singed come through. Had some good points early on, but yeah, I
The
mean, we said it.
Seraphine
Macho.
Orb was a good combo. Macho did
Yeah.
great. Macho was able to establish that dominance later on. Unfortunately, it was a little too late at that point that Macho was able to get that lead again, but who knows? I mean, Macho proved, hey, I'm an ADC. I'm here. I'm hoping that he has a very good pick next game, and I'm excited to see what he does with it and all that good stuff.
Yeah, I mean, we'll have to see what's going to happen. Going to be a little bit before we hop onto the Rift. Game number 2 coming right after a short break. Conduit looking to close it out in 2-0 fashion tonight. Well, after that break between games, we've got game 2. And I didn't think it could get weirder. Doki's playing support. It got weirder. Usain's playing jungle now.
Yeah. There's just a lot going on right now, and I have no idea how to decipher this, honestly. I'm at the edge of my seat, because really, nothing is going to, like, make sense to me until draft, like, once we get the picks in, and I don't know what's gonna happen yet. The Heimerdinger has to get banned, though.
I mean, maybe.
I feel like it would just be wrong not to. After that, who knows? Did they ban the first ban free, by the way?
It just started.
Okay.
So, no Karthus. Once more. I've never seen Doki play a role other than jungle.
And you said Doki doesn't take flash.
Uh-huh.
So Yumi. But probably not.
So, alright, I'm gonna shout out Adam once more. I don't know if he's still watching this, but there is one player we casted in another league together where I think it was Exhaust, Ignite, Soraka? Spellbook Soraka? Please no. I don't want to think about that again, but...
Lilia for Conduit again. I do like the Lilia pick. I think Lilia's a pretty good pick.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's a solid pick. I honestly think Dobbs didn't have a great game, but...
I mean, I think Dobbs had a good late game. Early game was a little rough, but later game, Dobbs was doing some damage. Let's see what happens with rawr. Lock it in Seraphine.
Seraphine again, yep. I really, really hope we get some new picks. Like, okay, Doki's support, right? So, let's theorize this.
Banned, so there won't be Sivir again.
I don't think Doki is playing Seraphine, right? So it's probably Seraphine APC. Olaf locked in. I'm assuming that's for Usain. It doesn't strike me as a Peter Griefer champ. So they're now running the run at UComp. Lilia, no Sivir. I'm just trying to process like what can be picked here. Zeri?
Zeri, I like this.
Okay.
I do like this.
Why? What do you think it's gonna bring here with and against this team?
Zeri is fast when she ults. And if you can move and like kite right on Zeri, then it's just a grand time. Oh, Yumi.
Okay, well they're reading the fact that Doki doesn't take flash and taking away the only support in the game that can get away with not taking flash. So also Vandrel, but he picked Yumi. Come on.
I could have been banned, you know? You didn't have to pick it.
You could have also just had some semblance of self-respect. I hate Yumi. Like...
Yumi is just not...
Alright, let's see what that pick was. Draven. I'm so lost.
As the night goes on, I'm just more and more confused and at a loss of words for these two teams.
Yeah. I mean, okay, Draven is really good into Zeri. It's a really good champ right now, just in general.
It's Draven.
It's Draven. like I can kind of see why you're picking Draven, and it's another one of those champs that like if you're able to just run at them can be really strong.
Yeah.
Trundle banned away, Graves banned away, so maybe they're thinking this is actually Olaf top, so Usain might want that Graves jungle still. Trundle to me says you're playing Olaf jungle, so it makes sense that you would just ban away Trundle. It's just really weird all around. And now you're banning Poppy with no dashes. Okay, this makes more sense. No Hecarim.
Yeah.
Cool.
That one I like a little bit more. I feel like Hecarim would be very good with Conduit team comp right now too. Just the whole run down, shebang. The Yuumi ult will be pretty nice though. I will admit. Yuumi
Not an Olaf.
Yeah, not okay. Never mind. Maybe not to Olaf,
Yeah.
but Yuumi ult I think will be proving useful in this game.
I'm waiting. I'm waiting for the chaos once more. Worth noting,
Point.
Lizzo playing mid lane could just run back the Seraphine, except now in mid lane. Would like that a little more. Draven, Vigar. Is Doki actually playing Seraphine? Like, I would never expect Doki to have a pocket Seraphine.
No, I think I'd rather it be big or support, but I don't think.
I kind of want to let this do its thing, and we look at it after the
Zillion.
fact. You can have fun with this one. I can't. Like, I don't know what's going on. I really have no idea.
This is also a very, like, Conduit does not have, like, oh, never mind, they have Mundo, they're fine. They have a run at you person, never mind, they're fine.
What is this?
I was just going to say, they don't have a tank. Like, who's gonna take all that damage in, and then bam, Mundo. So is it Lilia jungle now, or Mundo jungle?
I'd assume Lilia has a decent enough time until... It's not great, don't get me wrong, but it's, like, playable.
They probably picked Lilia as a flex, too, is what I'd assume. It is a good flex as well.
And
What? So they have a... I don't... I genuinely have no comment on anything. I don't... rawr's team comp is basically Seraphine ult into Baby Cage, into Olaf rundown, into like... You think Kane goes blue Kane here, right?
Maybe? I don't know what I want to see.
I genuinely have no comment. I'm at a loss for words. Because Conduit also is a very AP heavy team. So I don't know. Also, Brennan, are we ready?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I don't think I'm ever gonna be ready. Like, I'm ready, but I'm not ready. You know?
Honestly,
Did they actually just have Ruined Draven splash in pro comps? That's hilarious. I don't even know where to begin. Like, I want to see where things land. I'm assuming Conduit's running Zillion mid, Zeri Yuumi bot. Like, this is literally the Zeri is going to just run really fast comp.
The Zeri's gonna run really fast, and the projected Zeri comp. Zeri is their, like, only... Like, yes, Lilia will deal damage, and Zillion will deal some damage, but, like, Zeri is like their most significant output. And I don't like that, if I'm being honest.
I'm just...
But then again, I may also be wrong, because I also tend to forget that Mundo is a champion that just runs.
Yeah. I mean, there's a lot of run at you from both sides, right? I think both teams are...
But Mundo also deals damage for
Sprinting.
no reason, and that's what scares me. Is I think this is just like... This is the... Obviously, it's not true League of Movement Speed game. There's faster champions in the game, Rammus, for example, but... I am so curious, so excited, so eager to see what happens. I want to see level 1 invade. I think it's gonna happen again.
I mean, that was really bad from Conduit last time. And I think their level 1's pretty atrocious this time around too, so maybe rawr can look for something a little spicy. As of right now, it's Olaf top, Kayn jungle, Vigar mid, which would make it Draven Seraphine bot.
Which would make the most sense.
Okay. I just... Alright, we're gonna just move to Pro Comps here. On your screen, of course, it's been here the whole time. You see what Pro Comp says about these two teams. rawr. Oh, the team names are backwards on the sheet. Don't worry about that. It's fine. I was wondering why things looked a little funky. rawr, who is on the red side this time around. Pretty strong early game. Checks out. You got Olaf, Draven, sure. Mid game, it's pretty even with Conduits. Late game, you're going to fall off. Conduit, pretty weak early. Evens out in the mid game. You got late game Zeri, Zillion. Like, yeah, it makes sense to me.
Do you like the Zeri Ghost?
Yeah, for sure.
Zeri Ghost is definitely very good. I think that's definitely needed. Man, this game... It's gonna be one for the books, I already know it. That's all
Yeah. Once again, shoutouts to Pro Comps for sponsoring this season of Zero Gravity Gaming. Promo code CGG for your half off your first 3 months in a premium subscription for Pro Comps. Exclamation point Pro Comps in the chat for info on that. Of course, pretty neat tool. You can see a lot of this analysis that we are looking at here. Of note, level 1, red side can invade. Blue side, don't even try. Just let them do what they want. Do not fight Olaf at level 1. Should be interesting, to say the least. Gonna wait on this timer to come through. See where the summoner spells all land. For the time being, it looked like Draven was hovering on that cleanse. Not too sure if that will still come through. I mean, you mentioned it. Zeri Ghost. Dobbs is running Flashless, it looks like, as well.
Dobbs went Ghost, though, so I'm okay with
Ghost
that.
TP.
Yeah, that's not too bad.
I didn't see... I wanted to make a note of Doki's summoners. I didn't see if he has Flash or not.
Oh, I forgot the chat.
Yeah. If, production, can we get the draft back up on the screen? Is that possible? Perfect. Yeah, we'll take a look here in a second, because I'm very interested to see that.
Question for the ages. Oh. Nope. Exhaustio.
All right, we're going to take it to a short break. Game 2 coming up right after this. Conduit Ghost, please punish this Flashless Seraphine. That's disgusting. We'll see you after the break for game number 2 of this best of 3. And welcome back, everyone. Doki just pressed E already. Doki lost the double E at level 1.
So
But-
excited.
rawr versus Conduit Ghost.
They are not doing this.
I just don't know why. Wait,
wait,
they
no,
see
okay,
you.
okay.
They literally see you. What? What the hell is this, rawr? And then Doki finally charges passive again. Don't burn your E at minute 2, minute 1.
That mana is gonna hurt later not having that.
I mean, realistically, Doki will get most of the mana back, but so much of their level 1 was just thrown out the window because Doki didn't have the double cast on E, which is not great. This is a game of League of Legends.
This is my type of League of Legends. Just
I really feel sorry for you then, because this is insane. Yeah, this is something for sure.
Wait, does Vandal have a Zeri or a Yumi skin? My bad. That is disappointing.
Yeah, it's Yubi. Everyone has to have Yubi if you're playing
No,
Yubi. That's a
no.
requirement.
I say you shouldn't have a skin. That's my belief.
No, but Yubi's really funny. So my
It is
favorite
pretty
thing
funny
about
looking.
my favorite thing about Yumi is that while you're untargetable and can't be touched at all in any capacity, you can dance as well.
Yeah. I just
totally
whenever I
not
played
toxic.
Yumi, I would spam the cat like Yumi getting eaten by the book or whatever the book's name. I don't know what the book's
Yeah.
name.
Whenever I would play Yumi, I'd build a noon quiver. So you know, to each their own. That was on stream last season in Plat League. Noon quiver Yumi. I miss those days. Dobbs and Peter Griefer skirmishing up on the top side. Peter Griefer out of mana for the time being. Not sure if he's running Presence of Mind. He's not, so literally will not have mana for the rest of the lane. Olaf Q's eat a lot of it. As you can see, almost none left for this poor Olaf up top side.
Yeah. It's just baby cage, but not much done off of it. I don't.
E lands
Oh.
onto Bam. We'll have to burn the heal, dash away, exhaust as well from Vandal. So both of the Yumi summoners, oh my gosh, gone already.
Woo.
I'm at a loss.
I know. I'm glad First Blood hasn't happened yet, I think. I'm glad this game isn't as much of a bloodbath as it was last game. However, I think I'm gonna speak too soon.
Yeah, it
'Cause I think
definitely
there's-
feels like it's close.
There's gonna be a gank mid or I'm gonna say mid or top soon. But I am gonna be really upset if this game does go bot side because I don't think it's gonna work out.
Of note as well, we were talking a bit about it during the load screen, during off-air. Lizzo Mukbang, that is Electrocute Vygar. Usain actually in the bottom lane. Bam actually getting all in. We'll find the first blood down on to this Draven already. Peter Griefer gonna have to flash out. Meanwhile, in the top side, Usain though not able to find that Q, so will be able to walk away is Bam. Big play in that bottom side. Peter Griefer, no HP, no flash, will just get flash E Dobbs. Solo kill in the top lane, and the early game for rawr already out the window. It's looking really hard already.
Yeah. It's just looking like another uphill battle again at this point, and we'll see if rawr is able to overcome it. I mean, that's already a kill and tier 1 plating for Dobbs. That is such a far lead. Yeah, I mean, it's just insane. And then, honestly, I didn't think Bam, I was a little bit worried when Bam dashed to the right instead of having that disengage to just dash over the wall. That scared me, but somehow he lived it all. So, you know what? Congrats to Bam. Good job.
Well, while we're here, we can have a little more fun with some of the team sheets that we got. So, of course, every player in the league does end up having to fill out a registration form. That form is used to help us with name pronunciations, making sure we're calling people by the right pronouns, etc. Of note, Bam asked to have his name pronounced Vandrel.
Yeah.
So we've got Vandrel and Vandrel in the bottom lane. Just fun little quirks. I love when teams are a little memey with each other and within their own team. I think it's really, really fun. You get to see a lot of that personality come through as well with this bot lane who constantly just clowns on each other, realistically, as Peter Griefer getting zapped up by Dubs in top side, as now that maximum dosage comes through, Peter Griefer's just gonna fall. It's a hard knock life up in the top side, to say the least. Liza Mukbang able to walk away. Event Horizon does find the stun onto Old Man Genetics.
Man.
Bam. Oh, in trouble once again, and parkours over the wall. Blade's Reach from Usain will land, but it's not enough to really matter. Swirl Seed comes through, lands onto 2. No ultimate available for the Lilia, though, so Black Eyed Peas just trying to dissuade any further aggression. Usain, Umbral Trespass is there. Might be able to utilize this for a kill if Bam steps up, but we'll just take the reset and back away.
Do you think reset is good, though? Because Usain will be ready for Dragon a little bit sooner than Black Eyed Peas, I think. Black Eyed Peas is probably going to have to reset at some point.
Yeah, I mean, we'll have to see. Of course, again, with those Drake changes, these early Drakes are much less likely to come through, so it does stall out this early game a little more. But of note, it is going to be Red Kayn. You were talking about potentially wanting Blue Kayn, but opting in for the more reliable champion, I would say, of the two iterations or two versions.
It is more reliable, but you have to look at where the orbs are all going. Everyone on the team, like, that's all ranged. They're all ranged except for Dobbs.
Yeah.
And Usain has so far only gone bot. So it's a little confusing. It's a little sad, but it's where we are. And it looks like there might be a skirmish top lane up here in a second.
Yeah, Direct to Cam just really likes bot lane right now, as Doki's going to be taken low, forced to heal early. Vandrel going to heal as well. Exhaust popped again, so the cat burning double sums twice in a row. Last time, however, it resulted in a gank, and Bam coming out with first blood, so we'll have to see if something similar happens, as Bam's just going to run down Kawa Illusion. Q's coming through, W goes wide. Kawa Illusion does have that lethal tempo fully stacked, but will be looking to take a reset. Peter Griefer just trying to farm under his own tower, not able to do so too effectively. As Usain is up here, maximum dosage available for Dobbs. Will just pop the W, look for something potentially, but Usain, Blade's Reach will end up getting some more progress towards that red form that we're expecting to see come out for this Kayn. Watch out, Eep, though, gonna land. Sleep as well. Umbral Chest Pass has been popped, rather, as Usain gonna be taken down. Black Eyed Peas finding the kill. Peter Griefer with the exhaust. Might be looking for one more. One more undertow. Will it come through? Finds the kill. It's a 1 for 2 up in the top side, but Peter Griefer puts rawr on the board.
It's just gonna spiral out.
Oh no. Final chapter. Bam just looking for the kill. Will be able to shut down Kawa Illusion. Yuumi might be able to do more. Also worth noting, Usain and Doki both spam pinging the fact that Doki has exhaust, so that's kind of funny. Oh, Bam taken super low. Will not fall. No encore available, unfortunately, for the Dokester on Seraphine.
That tower top lane is not looking too good. Dobbs has done some work in, and it's only 9 minutes in the game. That is terrifying. We have a little bit of vision coming up, but it does look like rawr has gotten better with keeping track of wards and that kind of stuff this time around, which is very good. I'm glad to see that. I do think vision is very important in this game, as is in every game, so.
Yeah, I mean, I'm still just really confused, but again, this was much the same story of that mid game last time around. 3 members of Conduit Ghost doing fairly well in the gold department. So, you know, top in the game feels pretty good, all things considered. This time around, though, much cleaner early game.
Yeah, for
As
sure.
Doki's so low. Oh, this could be tough. Ult popped here by Bam. Encore lands. Actually will be flashed away from Bam, able to get out from there. Black Eyed Peas, though, finding the watch out. Eep Doki should be taken low, will be taken down. Bam, 3-0 now on the Zeri. Might find it. The Ultra Shock Laser will find the double kill. Genetics spotting out Usain. Will probably have to pop that ultimate on himself. Usain flashing to try and get the kill, but the ult will keep Genetics alive, and everything's coming up Conduit once more.
Kane is midway to transformation. I think once we see form come through, I'm gonna hope that things go just a little bit better for them. Conduit right now, though, has this game completely in their hands, in complete control. Dragon looking like they're just gonna go towards Conduit as well. Usain just clearing out vision, meeting up with Kawa. And there goes that dragon, like we talked about earlier. It's just...
I'm so lost.
This is the tower I'm talking about, though. We're only 11 minutes in the game. This is insane. It does look like we're about to have something a little bit interesting go down top lane, though. Dobbs may finally get put in his place after all the work he's done on tower, but it does look like Doki instead is going to opt to back and reset and help out Kawa on the bot lane. Right now, though, everyone's just kind of chilling. Farm-wise, it does look like Black Eyed Peas is a little bit behind, which I did not expect, honestly.
Yeah, it kind of makes sense. Kane naturally has a faster clear because, you know, he can literally go through walls.
Yeah.
Lilia can't go through walls. Her W actually specifically states it cannot go over walls. So it is a slower clear, even if you have potentially a little more AoE, but okay, I was gonna have a point. Vandrel's building Ludens.
Oh.
Is this gonna be a cat with a hat? Stun lands from Genetics in the mid lane. Lizzo gonna be taken to about 200 HP. W comes through, another Q, the ult as well, forcing the flash. Ult being popped as well by Old Man Genetics was not procced, so very low, will have to reset. Maximum dosage in the top side, just trying to chunk away at this tower. Bam. Should be able to pick up another plate. Meanwhile, on the bot side, Rift Herald secured in the meantime by Lilia. Black Eyed Peas finding that. Meanwhile, down bot, ult coming through. Vandrel trying to just lock down this opposing bot lane. Ult coming through as well. Bam! Taken so low, but will stay alive. Black Eyed Peas, meanwhile, finding the kill in the mid side on top of it. Wow. This is tough, to say the least, for rawr.
Quite the game already. I mean, we do see Draven just getting absolutely shut down in the bot lane, and honestly, I wasn't sure I was gonna see that. Draven is just such a strong champion, and I thought if anyone could shut down this area, it'd be Draven, but 0-4 now. We'll see what continues to happen later on. I am happy, though. Oh.
Black Eyed Peas getting caught out in the jungle. Will be able to waltz away. No, actually will be shut down. Usain finding the kill. Will just have to commit no Umbral Trespass, no flash, no way out. Doki also spotted out by Bam. 6-0.
I do like that Bam decided to make sure that there would be no survivors in that fight. And just absolutely ran down Doki, but... the Ludens is already built. And that damage is insane.
You know, Van, if you picked Yuumi, the least you could have done was just build a Gale Force. Honestly,
yeah.
It's super fun. You can fun fact, you can channel Gale Force while you're channeling R, and the R still continues, so you can just reposition yourself. It's really great. We're not going to talk about how she can literally do that with her W as well, but Gale Force, really fun. Highly recommend. probably only do it in ARMs. But
Yeah. Oh, both towers down, bot and top, but that was kind of expected. Mid lane's been the easy, very relaxed lane. Zillion and Vanguard just chilling and farming, having the time of their lives, honestly. Meanwhile, it's just been an absolute bloodbath bot and top.
Yeah, and Peter Griefer going to pop the ult up here. The shield and the auto attack reset coming through on that W, but Usain's in the area. Maximum dosage was popped. Peter Griefer going to be taken low. Teleport coming in from Old Man Genetics. Dobbs has flashed away. Black Eyed Peas is already in the area. Blades reach down onto 2. Usain will get slept, will get stunned up, trying to look for more. Barely did not have that Umbral Trespass available. Just came off cooldown just now. Prowling Projectile will spot one out. Doki gonna find the Encore, but no follow-up coming in from Kawa Illusion. Not on the same page, and Doki will end up falling. Vandrel finding that kill once more with that Q. Lizzo will find a Primordial Burst onto mid. Ultra Shock Laser coming through. Bam, godlike now on this Zeri 702. Genetics knows there's no ult available for the Vigar, has the ult available for himself, but will be just trying to trade it away. Dobbs smacking away at a top tower.
I love the animation of Mundo just hitting the towers, just banging his head on them. It's so great. It's the little things like that that let me stay sane when I play this game. Because right now, this game I would not be okay right now if I was playing in this game. I'm not gonna lie. On either team, I would not be well. But we do have, oh, I almost said. So my friends and I, when we play League, we call Cloud Drake Vape Drake. So if I say that anymore, I apologize. That's what I mean. But Cloud Drake is up on the map. So we'll see what happens there in that regard.
This series is one of the weirdest League of Legends series I've ever had to cast. I don't know what's going on. Yuumi has a 0-stack Medjais.
I think Yuumi just bought that Medjais, actually.
Yes. 0 deaths means it has to have just been purchased fully from 0 stacks. Black Eyed Peas is going to fall. Final chapter coming through. You saying Umbral Trespass is available this time. Bam, though, kiting this out. Does pop the Ghost. Lizzo being exhausted as well. Usain now going to be taken low. Has to flash away. That Luden's doing so much damage from Vandrel. Turret going to fall up in the top side in the meantime, but Bam slowed down just a little bit. Ult is still available. Might be looking for it, but Doki getting chunked so hard. Ult comes through now. Vandrel finding the kill. Exhaust was popped by Doki to try and get out. Lizzo going to flash away, but it's not going to be enough. Bam still in the area, finding so much damage. Event Horizon does end up falling. Kawa Illusion will end up falling as well. It is a massacre in this bottom side jungle as Usain barely gets out alive.
Oh, that was close. I mean, at that point, Cloud Drake just goes over to Conduit at this point. I mean, it's what, 4 towers already? This game is just, it's going by a lot faster than last game, but at this point, I think if rawr needs to keep up, they need to play safe. They need to play for picks. They are doing this, they have this issue where, like, they're warding a bit more now, but they aren't in the, like, right spots. They have a ward in, like, the middle of the lane. They have a ward in, like, these peculiar spots that they haven't really, it hasn't been useful yet. And if they need to keep continuing and keep going and keep pushing, they need to be ready for anything. And at this point, it's just, they have 0 control over anything besides their 2 turrets.
And even that is faltering at this point. Blade's Reach not going to land. Usain getting chunked to about half HP already. Yeah, I mean, this kind of reminds me of what we saw in the IBS League last week as well, or on Sunday, rather. This is a 12,000 gold lead at 20 minutes. That is ridiculous. That is not something that you see ever in this game. Normally it's like, I'd say 4,000 at most in most like close games. Even when you have scaling advantages. Oh, not able to find the kill with the Draven ult, but Doki finds it with that Q. Genetics just not expecting it, did not pop at that Zillion ult. So giving some gold back over to rawr, but right now Bam is unkillable on this Zeri, and I don't know how they're going to be able to shut that down.
I mean, I don't know what they can do. I mean, at this point, Vandrel is just amazing at making
Usain
Oh.
on a flank, might be looking. Blade's Reach should be able to come through. Lands that down onto Bam. Encore will be flashed away from Usain. Just going to get chunked out. Will be rooted down. Bam finding the first kill of the fight. Usain diving back in, but Black Eyed Peas finds the second. Teleport coming in now from Old Man's Genetics, but Black Eyed Peas already under the tower. Flash coming through from Dobbs as well. Vandrel almost getting popped. That was the TP. Kawa Illusion going to be taken low. Will end up falling as well. Flash away just to stall for extra time, but will not find it. Dobbs just diving so far, and it's a 5-for-0 at 21 minutes under rawr's tier 3. This might just be the call. Conduit looking to push to end.
That just shows Conduit. The one thing that I've noticed that Conduit has done very well, especially between Vandrel and Bam, is you can see that team synergy. You can see that they work well together. You can see that they just they do exactly what you say they do in bot lane. They just dumpster. They go amazing. They have a fun time. And you're seeing that now because even when Vandrel is on other people as Yuumi, he's still close enough to where if Bam needs help last second, he's ready to go and be like, I am here, you are not gonna die. And we saw that in that fight just now. And I honestly, while Vandrel is the main issue, as long as Yuumi's alive, they're not gonna be able to get to Bam. And that's just...
Yeah.
And it's so sad, because at the end of the day, it's just Yuumi, and Yuumi can just leech onto a person. And look at that. No damage to Yuumi. Because it's
Usain diving on to Genetics. Final chapter comes through. Genetics hasn't even popped the ultimate yet. Heal coming through, but will finally pop that Chrono Shift onto himself. Bam finds 2. Dobbs doesn't care. Pops the ghost, or sorry, actually didn't end up taking ghost. I heard a ghost coming through from Bam actually, as Dobbs will find the kill finally. 6-0 and 6 now on Mundo. And yeah, Bam is 13-0 on this area right now. Even Van with the AP Yuumi, 3-0, 3-0-16 at that.
24 Magi stacks. 24 Magi stacks, by the way.
Draven got bot tier 1, but it's going to cost rawr their entire base. Nexus looks to be falling here momentarily. Encore does go wide. Sleep coming through onto Usain. Watch out, Eep will find the kill for Black Eyed Peas. Peter Griefer going to flash away while in that Ragnarok state. Double kill for Black Eyed Peas, and that's going to be all she wrote. Vandrel does get stunned. Crucially, will end up being able to get out. Bam finding his 14th kill of the game. Dobbs will end up falling, giving rawr their 6th, but at the end of the day, Conduit Esports Ghost take the 2-0 victory over rawr in tonight's series. Yeah?
Hi. Oh, wow, my Discord froze for a second. My bad. Wow. Is really all I got to say is just wow. What 2 games? What a night.
Yeah. What a night indeed. Those were some comps that we definitely witnessed here tonight. I think that is the best way to phrase it. Conduit kind of having some sloppy games, all things considered, especially game 1, that level 1 invade, not going as they would have wanted, I would think, but overall they do end up coming out with a 2-0. They maintain their slot at the top of the league. I got nothing. It's just a wild sequence of events that came through tonight, and you know, congrats to Conduit. I think rawr might want to go back to the drawing board with some of their comps, but you know, Matcha looked good in game 1. Was a little weird to see them not in the game for game 2.
Just a very interesting seeing like the team change, and then at the same time seeing Doki go from jungle to support was also very interesting.
I've just never seen that before, so definitely just
Lots of work.
really weird. Yeah. Is there anything else you have to say on this? Because I don't even know how I would end this.
Thank you both teams for leaving me absolutely speechless. I don't think I have ever been so stunned. I talk a lot as a person, and I've never been so stunned to speak before in my life. So thank you both for giving me the opportunity to experience that. You guys did amazing tonight.
Yeah, I mean, it was definitely a series. I think that's the best way to phrase that.
Never gonna forget this one.
That's for shit, sure. But that is gonna do it for us here at Zero Gravity Gaming. I've been MXL Industrial. Thanks for being here for whatever this was. And of course, shoutouts to the entire production team for all 3 leagues, our admins, staff, and of course ProComps for sponsoring this season. Once more, exclamation point ProComps in the chat if you're interested. Zero Gravity Gaming, or rather ZGG, the promo code for that. You can click on the banner in the stream panels below. But that will be it for us here. Thank you all so much for coming out, watching the series. Hope you have a wonderful night. Take care.